Maria. I'm here tonight at the Genesian Theatre with Joy Ruby. We've been to see a very interesting play called Journey's End by R.C. Sheriff. It's about World War II and it's running here at the Genesian from the 13th of March until the 24th of April. So get along and see it if you can. We're here tonight. We're going to speak to the director, Debbie Smith. We're going to speak to two of the stars, Hunter McMahon and Zachary Vermeer, who played very interesting parts in this play.
Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining. Up to mighty London.
First to the easy questions, Debbie. Is it true you built the set?
Yes, I did have a bit of help, which was lucky. It's very high up there in the gods of the theatre. Yeah, I had to design the set about 14 months ago when I did the proposal to put in to direct the play. And I got inspired, I suppose, from pictures and drawings of other trenches. Obviously, I haven't been to a trench myself, not quite that old. And what was really important to me is that it was very visceral and earthy looking, so I only used grey and brown in the production. But it's also really important sustainability. So I actually found the set. From the street, I found all these pieces of wood.
So it's all recycled?
All recycled.
Well done.
Went to Marrick for recycle, materials, boxes. Everything is authentic in terms of been around a long time. And I think when you can put up a whole set for the theatre for less than $100,
That's amazing.
that's pretty good.
Very well
And
done.
I think this will be returned back to where I found it on the street, unless someone else picks it up and uses it on their roof.
What made you think of this particular play? What made you choose this particular
Well,
play?
the board actually put in for this play, and it is different for the Genesian Theatre to do all-male cast, and we specialise in comedies and a lot of murder mysteries, so this was a little bit out of the genre that we normally do. But with Anzac Day approaching, and so much kerfuffle in the world at the moment, it's often good to take a step back, think about what's happening in the world. The push for freedom and the idea of peace is really important. And I think by doing a play like this, you sort of, in an entertaining way, can get the message across about what really is important in our lives. And I think when the audience comes along, they get a glimpse of what's happened, what war's all about, and what our priorities should be. So I hope the audience tonight seemed to, didn't come out laughing, oh wow, like an Oscar Wilde, but they came out with, I think, something that they're going to cherish for quite a few days.
No, it's surprising how relevant the themes are, isn't it, in this play, considering it's quite a number of years old now.
It was written in 1928, and in many ways we haven't moved on because it's still just as poignant now as it was then. And I think a lot of people think it's going to be war, blood and guts, but it's all about human relationships and coping with difficult situations.
It's more about the relationship.
The relationship between the people and their desire for life, and I think that's beautiful. If you can do that, and I think our actors have, then that's what you've really achieved.
Did you find it personally confronting? And did the actors find it personally confronting?
Yeah. A lot of the dialogue was just two people alone on stage, and it's quite gut-wrenching. You've got talking about life and death, seeing life and death, and the men are really coming forward. Aussie men keep their emotions to themselves, but here they're really expressing themselves and delving deeper than they would normally do in most plays these days. Are much more superficial, but here it's a real honesty happening. I think that's what makes it touching. The fact that showing all, so to speak.
So many things to be commended. The costuming, the lighting, the sound was all excellent. But I was particularly struck with the diction. I thought the diction and the language was very good. Did you have to work very hard at that?
Well, we have some actors, a lot of them work professionally, so they've had experience before with English accents. We have a coach, a dialect coach, which we find is very useful to help with the English accent. But although the English accent's important because it helps ground the play in a time, a particular time and place, it's not the central thing for what I'm trying to push for. It's the meaning behind the words and all the issues, the things that they talk about, I find is more important. So, British people might think, oh, that accent's interesting. It's not quite Cockney or it's not quite something else. But I think we pull it off well enough that the audience is not going to get distracted by the accents. But they're British enough to help ground it in the correct context of the time.
Yes, very good. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Oh.
You must be just having so many people congratulate you. I'm sure.
Well, I'm getting the congratulations, but the actors are doing the wonderful job that they are. And it's wonderful to have such a positive, warm experience. Full house on opening night, near full house on preview. So it's going to be a great season. So thank you for coming, and I do hope other people come. We finish before Anzac Day, so we have to, a few weeks, 6 weeks, so come along.